Welcome back to Robin Reviews. I just realized something funny about these videos. I like to, give a little preamble before I show what I'm reviewing, but then I just realized that I also title it, and so I guess that's really kind of pointless. And so I wanted to go back to a bit of food today, and so you might think this is silly, but I'm going to review the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay Biscuit Mix that you can get in most grocery stores, at least in Canada. I made these myself, which, if you're not aware, is quite a feat because I don't do much in the kitchen. I'm in charge of eggs, mashed potatoes, and I sometimes make those Kraft peanut butter cookies. You know the ones that are just egg, sugar, and peanut butter. But I love Cheddar Bay biscuits. Actually, I think I was watching. I think it was Good Mythical Morning with Rhett and Link, and I think that they, if I'm not mistaken, made this their number one. And I agree. These are fantastic. I even remember being about 10 years old. My family would go out with the Sharps, a close family, and I remember, Jonathan and I, in particular, I don't know if he'll swear to this like I would, but I know I would rip them in half, and I'd sprinkle some of that sea salt they have on the tables there in the middle as well. You don't need to do that. You probably shouldn't health-wise, but I did. And so I remember seeing these in the grocery store, and I'd always wonder, are they good? I always find, or I regularly find, that things in the grocery store that say they're the same as the ones in the restaurant aren't quite as good, so I wanted to see. And so it does say on the packaging that this makes about 10 biscuits. I think I made about 14 or 15. Maybe mine were a little small. The one thing I found is I found these very hard to get off my hands when I was making the little balls, and maybe that's I'm not a baker, so I don't know if it's flour you need to put on your hands or water, something. But I got them down, and I got them into somewhat good shapes, I thought. I will say, once they were baked, the shapes looked much more appetizing. And so what I thought I would do, I'm going to turn this that way because it was on the French side. I'm not doing this so you can read the nutritional value. I want to read through the ingredients because and the steps, because I can add if I did anything different. So it says for the the biscuit, all you need is 3/4 cups of cold water, half a cup of shredded sharp cheddar cheese, and 1 pouch of the Cheddar Bay biscuit mix. It says to stir together water, cheese, and biscuit mix until dough forms. Scoop dough immediately into 10 portions, about 1/4 cup each, and place 2 inches apart on prepared baking sheet. Bake 14 to 16 minutes or until golden brown on top. I'll stop there because the rest is about the topping. So again, it says 3/4 cup cold water, the pouch of the biscuit mix, and half a cup shredded sharp cheddar cheese. Not giving away too much, but I will say when I made these this time, I added a little bit more cheddar cheese, not to be like 3/4, just a little bit more. And then it says there's also a herb butter sauce you get, and to make the herb butter sauce, all it says is to melt. All you need is a 1/4 cup of butter and 1 pouch of the garlic herb blend, which they give you. And it says melt butter in a microwave-safe bowl, which is very important. Don't put it on bowls that have gold on it or plastic. Some plastic you can, like the Tupperware, but not like plastic. Melt butter in a microwave safe bowl, add garlic herb blend and stir until well blended. Then spoon or brush 1 teaspoon garlic herb butter sauce onto each hot biscuit. Serve immediately. I love at the bottom it also says don't eat raw dough. And then it also says high altitude, no adjustment necessary. That's new to me. I didn't know that you ever had to adjust things if you're at a different altitude. So everything else I followed to a T, including the timing, waiting for the golden brown. I decided to, first I started to brush, but it was taking a while, so I started to spoon it on, and then I drizzled the rest. And the one thing I also added is I have one of those Costco salt shakers, the one that you have to grind it, and I did sprinkle salt on top of all of them, just a little bit. Not necessary, not in the ingredients, but I wanted to do it. And I will say, so with the recipe followed exactly, I left out the preheat the oven, but that's pretty self-explanatory. These are fantastic. I mean, there's something about having people bring food to you that's warm and you didn't have to do anything. But this is one of the closest I think I've ever been to buying something in a grocery store that you can otherwise get in a restaurant, as in closest to tasting like the real thing. That extra bit of cheese I think does help, as does, I mean, you have to do the garlic blend, otherwise it's going to be very weird. And I think the salt did help as well. But these are very good. I think that this box that serves 10 was maybe $4. And so they're a great little addition. These are still my favorite ones. I made a list a couple years ago with some of my favorite breads. This is still right at the top. Popeyes is even up there now. Cheesecake Factory, Eastside Mario's, but Eastside Mario's is probably second, and then Popeyes, and even the Keg has nice bread. But this is just, there's something that's just that next level. And so if you see these in the grocery store and you're ever wondering, are they good? Take my word for it. I love them. But if you get it and you don't like it, please let me know. I won't be offended, as long as you're not offended that I misled you. And like and subscribe, comment if you're able, and I'll see you guys next time.